Today is the day and I'm so excited. I'm about to pack up my makeup. I'm going to Bea Rose Salon to BYB, bring your bag.
Hi, Andrew, co-owner, Bea Rose Salon, makeup artist, and something I love to do more than anything is tutorials because everybody needs to know what they're working with.
Yeah, like the tricks that he has, like how you make your eyes bigger, you do this, and I'm like, oh, stop, I need to video you.
Angela Prophet, event planner, business coach extraordinaire. We've worked together for multiple years now. I don't know,
I think
at least
like
a decade.
A
Right, there we go.
You read it right.
That's awesome. Early morning ESP. I think we're still waking up too. It's the perfect time to put on some makeup, right? So what I love about doing tutorials in the salon especially is taking someone's makeup bag, which most women are like, oh my God, please don't look at it. And I'm like, girl, you should see inside of mine too. We're all there, but you really do have most of the things you need. You just need to sometimes just refine it, be a different approach to it. And I like to make it really simple, straightforward, and break it up into segments so that you can do your makeup for anywhere.
Wash your brushes.
Wash your brushes.
How
I did
often?
hers. So if it's wet, if a product is wet on it, you want to wash it at least, technically it'd be like a week if it's wet. Because if you think about it, water can hold bacteria. So if there's water on a brush and you're using it on your face, it can grow bacteria in that brush, right? Some are antibacterial now or antimicrobial with a synthetic fiber. So if you're concerned about that, definitely go that route.
It's way over my head.
So, but I know, right?
I don't know these words.
So just think about it. If you have a breakout and you're putting a wet concealer on it and it's got bacteria on it, when you put it back down, it's gonna live there.
That's gross.
Unless the brush is formulated not to do so. But just safe bet, wash your brushes if they're wet at least once a week.
So how do you wash them?
A little bit of shampoo, warm water, something gentle, not a baby shampoo, believe it or not, something more color safe.
What did you use to do mine?
A color safe shampoo, yeah.
Okay.
Because the thing, it's not going to strip your hair color. It's super gentle, sulfate free, so it's really gentle on those bristles. Because
can I just buy that here?
Yeah, you can get it anywhere.
Where do you get this?
Oribe brush washing would be pretty luxe, I should say. Right. I'm gonna start applying some eye cream on Angela just to get us up and running in the morning. This one's super cooling. It has it's from my friend Tang, who is with a company called Kaja Beauty, and this one is the
and he puts it on his.
Well, I'm just kind of warming up the little metal tips because these feel so good in the morning.
So cool.
Right. All right. So we'll put this here. How's it feel?
Good.
And you just kind of massage it in. It's a really lightweight serum texture, so it's nothing super heavy that's gonna interfere with your makeup. And also, for a little double whammy for waking up, we're gonna put on some eye patches, right? We love eye patches.
And what do these do for people who don't know?
So there are some from Peter Thomas Roth, the 24 karat gold ones that come in a bigger jar where they're gonna be more targeted for fine lines and wrinkles and whatnot, hydration, darkness. I love these almost as just shadow shields because it saves time. And then while they're sitting there, they'll depuff as well just because of the cool temperature of them. So these I just pick up at Target. They're $1 a pack pretty much.
And they're good to use every day.
Exactly. So I like to travel with these when I'm at home. I love the more targeted ones because I feel like it's gonna help out in the long run. They just come in a big jar, which is not always travel friendly. But these are awesome. I love the way they stick. Oh, definitely depuff.
Tell them what you discovered about my sinus.
With dark circles under eyes, right? Sometimes we get darker on one side, I sleep on this side a lot, so I tend to be darker there just because of the way it pulls. I actually asked Angela, I've always noticed it's just one eye more than the other, and usually my go-to is, you probably sleep on that side. Well, guess what? She doesn't. So I was like, you know what? Right where the darkness is, it almost looks like it's where your sinuses are. So when I put that metal ball in there and I put this on, it's kind of you can massage a little bit, and it helps to give that drainage through there and give it a jump start.
And I've had reconstructive sinus surgery.
It's I'm a makeup whisperer. So I've gone through Angela's makeup bag here. We can see what's going on. So I'm gonna ask you first, on a daily basis, if you were putting on makeup to go somewhere, what could you not leave the house without? Top 3.
Mascara.
Yep.
Powder blush.
Okay.
Lip gloss. Does that count?
Yeah, that counts.
3's really hard.
Right. I'm gonna curl your lashes. Grab a little lash curler here. Okay. All right, look down for me. Pump it a few times. Get them nice and curly.
How often should people change their little rubber thing?
Use every like 6 months or so.
Oh.
Look down for me. Unless you're just like really giving it a death grip, it should hold up pretty well. No way. Now, she told me I can't leave the house without mascara, so guess what? You have to put on mascara. Because I want to see you do it too. I know. We were doing this the other day.
I'm
Angela was
terrible.
like, how do I do it? So I just want to see it first. No judgment.
Oh my God, before
So
my
chin up
eyeshadow?
for me. Yeah. And then what you're gonna do is take the brush and put it underneath your lashes, but don't move your eye. Just pick up your lashes with the mascara, wiggle, and you're gonna pull it straight out. There you go. And just repeat that.
I don't move my head.
No, just wiggle the brush. There you go. And get the inner one, and then do the outer corners. So what you're doing is basically depositing a lot of mascara at the base where they need to look the fullest, but then keeping the ends super light and wispy.
And then you were telling me the other day to go the other way.
If it helps with your hand movement, like
So
you can
go the
reverse
other
it.
way?
Yep. You could.
Wow, this is hard.
You got it. I mean, look how good she's doing.
So don't blink my eye while I'm doing it.
No. I mean, you could, yeah. Sometimes I like to let it go kind of sleepy so that it has some weight on it, on the brush. Like, push it into it a little bit more.
Kind of sticking together.
No, that's okay. So we'll do this together. Now pull it out.
Okay, but I see you sometimes he like does this.
You can, but you gotta
What
be
does that do?
careful. You wanna be, I wiggle more than anything. Don't pump your mascara.
Okay, so show me.
So like if I was gonna do it, like you wouldn't like, don't pump it, because guess what you're doing? You're pumping air into there and you're gonna dry your mascara out faster.
Oops.
So it's just like a wiggle, like that, and just pull it out. And there's a little wiper built inside mascara. And Angela, because she has finer lashes, I chose a brush that's super small for her. This is the Kevin Aucoin Volume Mascara. And it really gets in there and she can find all those little lashes. And if you get it on your skin, cool tip is just let it dry first, because then don't try to wipe it right away because it's wet. Let it dry and it'll flake right off. So the joy of going through somebody's makeup bag is you get to use new products you never tried before. Now for brows, for a really natural look, you're just gonna go in and fill in any little gaps. So what I'm doing is like you can brush it down and then make little like strokes over the arch, connect it together, brush it down, and then just brush it back up, and it hides it. It's look really natural. And then underneath, again, for the strokes, you're just gonna go in and define it. So let's talk about like these are the points of the brow. Straight up from the corner of the nostril, right here is where the brow should start. So she starts at a great place. It just needs a little right here at the bottom, because your brow should like naturally dip in. And then right here to here, make sure it's level or this is slightly higher. You never want this to like go down and be lower than that. Just get the lift. Okay, so straight up from the corner of the nostril, corner of the brow, corner of the nostril, corner of the eye, your brow should end right there. And she's got hair right there. So that's perfect. Then your arch, this tip of the nostril through the iris, it's usually right where the temple is, right there. So something we do with Angela in particular is to elongate her eyes and make them look bigger, is I like actually move her arch over just a tad. And it really opens up her eye and makes them look huge. So see how the arch is a little bit shorter here and there? By moving it over just a tad, it really makes it me more eye space to work with. I love the Kevin Aucoin contour powder. This is the one in medium. It's amazing. It could do literally anything. So what we're gonna do for a quick eye for Angela is I'm gonna start with her concealer. About using my finger, that's what I do at home. So I'm just gonna scoop a little out, palette, right? And
His
then-
hand's his palette. What brush is that?
This is the soft focus one from Bare Minerals. The good thing to know is that it's just a synthetic blender, so it's great for creams. Close for me. And you're just gonna go all over it. And some people use like an actual eyeshadow primer. If you really like are concerned about longevity, do that. I do that for weddings a lot, and that's what makes it not move if they cry and everything.
Longevity meaning like 12 hours.
24 sometimes.
24, okay.
5 days. I've had people.
Not wash their face for 5 days.
They'll wash off all their face makeup and then just redo that, but keep the eye makeup on. I'm like, how you do that? I don't know.
God. They must sleep with a cage over their face or something.
What we're gonna do next is take the contour powder, fluffy blending brush that goes to a taper. When you're using this brush, just use the tip because these outer bristles grab it. So if you like go in for the kill, it's gonna be too much. Looking straight ahead, I can see Angela's crease like right through there. So it's like naturally there. So you're just gonna put the brush, the tip of it, in that hollow and go back and forth. Like a little windshield wiper. So you're gonna act like you're throwing a dart. So put it in there, and then I'm gonna flip it and use the opposite side, just like a tapered little brush, and we'll go right along the lash line.
On the top and the bottom, or just the top?
Mainly on the top, just to soften it. Because when you make your crease higher and you make your eye bigger looking, there's a lot of space in between here and here, so this just softens the line. And I can start to define it and bring it up a little bit too. Up and out. The same color, if I want it darker, I can just pop it in here. I'm gonna bring it up, connect it to the outer corner of the crease. Same stuff, we're gonna do it right up underneath the lash line. Super light. A little eyeshadow palette from Kevin. We're gonna use just like a beigey neutral matte. This one, same little brush that we had before for the underneath part. Tap off any excess. And I'm just gonna put it right up underneath her brow. Right in the arch. Same thing here. And clean brush, whatever's left on it, I'm just gonna kind of swirl those two together. So no fallout, right? Big bright eye. So next step, we're gonna do the Becca Backlight Primer. We're gonna start working on some skin. This is gonna give Angela a really pretty glow to her skin. I love this one because it's silicone free and it won't make your makeup like peel up or ball up. It has a little bit of moisturizer and glow to it. Let's say you're on the beach and the sun's behind you and you take a photo. What do you look like in the photo?
Washed out.
So what Backlight Primer does is it backlights your skin so it diffuses everything and makes it look super glowy and fresh. Next thing we're gonna do.
And intimate here.
So what we're gonna do first is a little concealer. And I'm just using like a little synthetic flat brush. I'm gonna dip it in the concealer. This is the Becca Ultimate Coverage Correcting Concealer. I'm just gonna put it on my hand and warm it up. It's really creamy and has a good pigment to it. And if I just do this first for Angela, so anywhere there's like any little redness, or maybe you have some like discoloration you wanna hide.
It's just
from
my
a little
whole
boo-boo.
face.
It's not.
My dog like got me over here.
And I'm just following the angle of her cheekbone, that same angle we did the brow with. So like there to there, just a little concealer. Here. Here. Everybody needs it around the nose, under eye, on the chin, and usually like right here. Because this is the T-zone, it gets a lot of work.
It needs a lot of work.
It gets a lot of work. Like we're always touching the middle of our face. Like your oil glands in here are most active. Like your cheeks really aren't. No one ever like says like, oh, I need more makeup back here. It's like always this where they stare at. So you correct the middle, and you've got a good canvas going. Same thing. Around the nose. Any little redness.
See where Lily got me?
Oh. A little bit. And a cool thing about doing these tutorials, like going through people's makeup bags, like I haven't picked up any of my makeup yet. This is just what Angela had. So we're just kind of working with it because this is what you got. And there's sometimes when people need some extra stuff thrown in there, but more times than not, you have everything you need, other than just maybe a fresh mascara.
Or you can just hire Andrew to buy your makeup for you.
I could. I love doing that.
I don't know what I need.
So she has the Kevin Aquan new foundation balm. I love this. It comes with this little bitty baby brush, which is so cute. And it feels like not powdery, but like powdery, right? I mean, it kind of, I touched that. Like, how would you, like a powder cream? Little brush. I'm gonna pop this in here, tap it, pick up about that much. Like, you're not digging in it, because that would be a lot. Anywhere that we didn't put the concealer, we're just gonna go back in and buff and watch it go disappear. I'm like literally just like tapping it like this every single time you see the brush disappear to get more. Try it, because you have to do this.
Do I go out or in?
Out. Yeah, big circles. There you go. And do some water.
How hard do I press?
Not very hard at all. If you feel like your skin is like moving with it, it's too hard.
Oh.
Just kind of like a little feather stroke. That's it. Tap it again.
Tap, tap, tap.
You can like do like a little, get a little more aggressive with your tap. There we go.
So like this way I go out, and then this way go out?
Exactly, yep.
It's kind of like curling your hair. You know how?
That's a really good
Because like I
sound
split
bite.
it in half and go this way and go this way.
And you just want to be careful not to move your concealer, and you're
Oh.
good. No, you're good. You didn't do it.
And
Just
then
giving
do you
it.
do it down here too?
I would. Or it's a little bit lighter on people. That's about it. You just push it down. And you keep building it until it gets to the coverage that you want. Or you just add more concealer, which some people like put on way too much foundation and don't give the concealer credit for what it can do. A really soft matte finish to it, but that primer underneath gives it a little glow. Is the same brush we used for the concealer, this little flat one, right? We're gonna do the Becca under eye brightening corrector. Take your finger, put it in there, grab some. It'll be kind of gooey, it's fine. You're gonna take your fingers and kind of warm it up. Now look in the camera, chin down, look straight ahead. And then where like there's little like, so if I do like this little shadow right through here, you're gonna tap it like right there. And just start tapping. And then you're gonna bring it down like this. Yeah. And then kind of go up. Yeah. And then back around. Let's see. Perfect. I'm just gonna blend out that little edge. It's probably hard to see like directly in the camera.
I gotta get used to this.
You have to.
Do it again?
Do it again, yeah. Chin down. Hold the mirror up though. Right? And you're gonna see the shadow pop. And then you're gonna place it right in the hollow right there. Don't go up to your eye.
And then go down.
Yep. You're just basically building your little triangle of light all through there. And go up a little bit higher. Yep.
And always use the ring finger because...
It has less power. It's the weakest finger.
Exactly.
So you're not gonna tug on that eye area. Just don't rub.
Oh God.
Do not rub.
Don't rub.
Because guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna rub your makeup off. Tap. And if you feel like you have too much on your finger, wipe your hand off. And go back and do it again. It's perfection.
Tap, 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 tap.
Because when you rub, I mean, it's like you're gonna end up with like those little gaps and it's gonna wear weird throughout the day. You're like, oh, great, here I go. Now you could get a beauty blender, which I do love. Wet it and bounce over it, but I think if you can do it without
sponge
it,
thingy?
yeah. I think if you can do it without it, then you're ahead of the game for sure. Now, pro tip, your fingers will warm it up. It can only apply so much because they're gonna kind of like, that product's sticky, it's gonna stick to it. If I need more coverage anywhere, you can go back in with a brush because it's gonna lay it down more. So I just like to do a little extra, like right through here, where everybody's naturally a little bit darker because the skin is the thinnest there. And you can even take the same product and you can highlight your brow with it. Really clean it up. Maybe a little here. So I think that it's important to understand that like every day does not have to be a full beat down. The more makeup you put on, like the more I perfect this, the more I'm gonna have to do more around it because it's just gonna look obvious. So if everything is a light layer, everything needs to be a light layer. The more I put on, like even under her eye now, I'm starting to see like I wanna define the brow a little bit more even. Kind of like planning an event, right? Like if your tablescape is simple, it looks nice. The more you add to it, it better be full and lush. Mm-hmm. Because then you're gonna start to see other little things.
And what brush is this?
The same one we did with the, it's just a little flat synthetic brush.
Okay.
It's like, same one we did with the concealer. Just using it for precision. One thing Angela doesn't have is a little bit of setting powder. So this is the Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder. And what I'm gonna do is just use that soft fluffy brush we used for the eyeshadow. Kind of put it in the lid and then look up for me. We're just gonna press and let that chill out for a minute right around her nose, underneath her eye.
What does this do?
Sets it, and then I love the Secret Brightening Powder because it has a brightener in it, so it makes it look really fresh and awake without darkening it. Sometimes when you use a loose powder under your eye, it'll grab the concealer and it can oxidize it. This keeps it really bright and fresh. And you can dust it through here. Basically anywhere you put your concealer, you want to press that in. She has like this like pretty light look on. We're gonna do a little bronzer. This is Gimme Sun Mineralized Powder from MAC. That's what she had with the big, what is this? The angled face brush from Bare Minerals. Concealed all in here, right? And I remember I said like you can kind of see like where it looks like it's naturally contoured, or you can see it in the video. It's like here, here. You're actually creating an oval in your face, and so it's here. So you have to change the proportion. So temple, I don't always do the forehead, but sometimes right along the hairline is great. So it's a bronzer right through here. And I'm not really contouring yet, I'm just making it, warming up the complexion. So I'm like tapping, buffing, and bringing it down. So I'm just emulating that shadow with makeup because it won't photograph or film that way. It'll look flat. It'll look like the foundation. This gives it some dimension. And put a little on her ears too. So now, yeah, so you look warm. I think that's one thing that people don't do is they put on their foundation and bronzer kind of just like real fast. And then in photos, they're like, why do I look so washed out? And I'm like, because there's no dimension to it. You gotta build the skeleton back. There's actually a quote from Cindy Crawford about Kevin Aucoin, this makeup line, and she says like he used to erase your face with foundation and then put it all back. Which is how I eat it.
So as you kind of just like go around.
So just naturally where the sun would hit you with bronzer. So like usually through here, temple, I can see a little light hitting there. And there's this shadow here that I want to do. So I do it here where it's strongest. Wherever you start, the brush has the most amount of product on it. It's gonna be the darkest and more impact. So here, this, down. Neo Blush from Kevin, same brush. Just gonna swipe it in it.
Same brush as the
bronzer.
Okay.
Yep. You could do that. And then right here, people say the apple, but if you smile for me, if I put it here, now don't smile, my finger drops. So I want to keep it high on this part right here. Kind of like where if you got filler, it'd be like right there, pull it out.
Where your cheekbone is.
Yeah. Put it on top and dust it down and back. So here, it's usually straight down from the corner of your eye if you need help. And try not to bring too much blush in here because you want to keep it open. And then just kind of use it, whatever's left, to blend it all together. I like a little chin in the nose. A little lip gloss. I'm obsessed. Okay, so this is from Dollar General, no joke. Have you guys tried like this Believe Beauty brand? It is so good. Like everything's less than $3. This one's called Uptown Girl. So like just feel this. Like it's like sheer which I love in a gloss because sometimes I want to put something under it. And this just amps it up without being too much of its own color, and it brings out Angela's natural lip color too. Easy, and because it's so sheer, you could throw it on in the dark and nobody, like, you're not gonna mess it up. It's fresh, so it's great. Now for every day, like Angela's like, what about the eyeliner? I don't like, you look fresh without it. It makes your eye look really big. Look up for me. Mascara. So what eyeliner does is it's supposed to thicken up the lash line and make it, the eye look more defined. Some people do need liner, like it really helps with their eye shape. But with Angela, with just a little bit of mascara for a quick look, I think it looks great. I wouldn't even miss it. So you really do have the things you need. It's just about like refining the technique and learning how to use it appropriately for different situations. Okay, so now let's bump it up. So when you do that really soft brown shadow at first, it creates, look in the mirror of it, it creates like an outline, the mirror of the thing, it creates an outline, and you're just gonna follow that as your guide, and it's the same exact angle you did your brow at, here to here.
Oh.
That's it. So once you get it on there, like with a pencil, you just get a little Q-tip with some moisturizer or eye cream, and you just clean it up and sharp. So we're gonna use this darker brown right here, a little pointing brush. Cap it off a little bit, getting a little excess off there. It kind of shows me the color that I'm working with too. And I'm just gonna go up it and then over it. Like that. So right here where we've winged it out, we have our original crease. I'm gonna go in this outer corner and just connect it on the lid. The contour powder, I'm just gonna soften it, go over the whole thing. Pointing brush again for this color. Okay. Go underneath, connect it in that corner. So I'm literally doing the same exact thing, just with different colors now.
Light is very important.
And there is such thing as too much light. So this little thing is in your eyeshadow palette.
It's
like
so
a little
pretty.
like cream shadow. So like it's like super reflective. Gold.
Pretty.
And go in that inner corner. And right in that middle part. Do like that. And then just tap it with your finger. So sometimes like if I'm like, okay, I need to blend it, something's not looking right, I just use the bronzer with the blending brush and go over it with your eye open. Yeah. And you just over like, keep it hot. And it just softens the whole thing, adds some warmth into it. People used to do that with their blush back in the day, but it really helps. It makes this not seem so disconnected from the rest of it. It's the same tone all of a sudden. foundation brush, foundation balm. It's very important that when you're highlighting this area, it becomes a triangle like that. It'll hide under the blush, but it's a triangle like this. It goes straight down and then back up and mix it up. Makes your face look more angular. And then a little highlight here on the top of the chin. Just highlighting it with a little bit of that leftover foundation, and it makes all your highlights look the same. It makes it look real. Watch the old school trick. Your bronzer. Bronzer is like the answer to everything. It like softens everything. Well, I know like you're into the psychology of like how humans connect and whatnot. I love the psychology of makeup. Eyebrows actually stop the human eye from traveling. It keeps it on the focus, which is always eye and lip for humans.
Okay, let's just do a video on the psychology of makeup.
I would live. I could tell you exactly. That would be
Let's just
so
do that.
good. If people understood why they're doing what they're doing with their makeup, I don't think that's ever been done.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Like, damn.
Thank you so much for watching, and sign up for BYB. Bring your bag. Bring your everyday stuff. Andrew will show you how to do it. He can film it. You'll know how to do your makeup.
That's it.
For your face, specifically, with your stuff.
Maybe a few other things.
If you need new stuff, he can shop for you.
I love to shop.
It's the best use of money ever, because I hate to shop for myself. I like to shop for my clients. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe. BeaRoseSalon.com.
You got it.
BeaRoseSalon.com. BYB. Bring your bag.
Yay.
Sign up today.
Bye.
Bye. Bring your bag. Andrew, tell them how they can sign up for bringing their bag in.
This is gonna give Ange Heather. Where the heck did that come from?
Bring your bag. BYB.
And it looks really great when you get it on the side of your nose. You just like, boop, like that. Pointy Q-tips are your friend.